Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I am a dog teacher with Happy Dance. Today we're going to be discussing engagement without pressure and what engagement actually is, and also why most people accidentally kill it. Let's get into it. Part 1. What engagement actually is. When people talk about engagement in dog training, they usually mean one thing. They mean whether the dog is paying attention. But attention is not engagement. Attention is a momentary state. Engagement is a relationship-based process. This distinction matters because you can force attention. You cannot force engagement. Engagement is not about whether a dog is looking at you. Engagement is about whether the dog chooses you as a point of reference. From a neurological perspective, engagement is the dog's willingness to orient towards you for information, safety, and decision making. That willingness cannot exist under pressure. Pressure suppresses choice, and engagement requires choice. This is where so many training systems go wrong. They treat engagement as something the dog owes the human. They assume that if the dog is not paying attention, the solution is to repeat cues, raise their voice, apply leash pressure, and increase intensity. Neurologically, this does not build engagement. It builds avoidance, compliance, or shutdown. To understand why, we need to talk about how engagement develops in the brain. Engagement is built when a dog experiences the human as predictable, safe, relevant, emotionally regulating. In other words, engagement is a byproduct of nervous system trust. A dog who feels safe does not need to be controlled to pay attention. They orient naturally. This is why engagement cannot be trained the same way obedience is trained. Obedience is cue-based. Engagement is value-based. You can teach a dog to respond to a cue under pressure, but you cannot pressure a dog into wanting to engage. This brings us to one of the most common engagement killers: calling your dog repeatedly. Most owners do this without realizing the effect. They call their dog's name, the dog does not respond immediately, they call again, then louder. From the human's perspective, this feels logical. From the dog's nervous system perspective, something very different is happening. Repeated calling teaches the dog that orientation is optional. It also teaches the dog that the human is escalating. Escalation increases pressure. Pressure reduces engagement. This is why dogs often disengage more when called repeatedly. The dog is not ignoring. They are protecting their nervous system from pressure. Engagement breaks down not because the dog does not know their name. It breaks down because orientation has become emotionally expensive. True engagement is quiet, subtle, and voluntary. It often looks like brief check-ins, proximity without commands, orientation without prompting, choosing to stay nearby. These moments are easy to miss, but they are the foundation of reliable attention. In the next section, we will talk about micro-engagement, the smallest units of engagement that actually matter, and why focusing on these moments rebuilds attention without pressure. Thank you so much for tuning in for part 1 of this class, and stay tuned for part 2, micro-engagement. Thank you guys. Bye.